Welcome to episode 68 of ProdPod, the podcast of productivity lessons in 2 minutes or less. I'm your host, Sidney-Smith. In episode 43, I talked about digital clutter and the reality that we are compounding digital information about ourselves on our computers, laptops, mobile devices, and the web each and every day. In this episode, I propose a three-phase approach to assessing our digital clutter, an initial step to understanding that just because we don't see it doesn't mean it isn't there and isn't affecting our productivity. First, you have digital information hanging out on several devices if you start to think about it. For example, whatever device you're listening to this podcast on, which may be your computer, laptop, mobile tablet, or smartphone, you have stored information about yourself. This includes passwords, profiles, or personal metadata, and other files. Think about where you interact daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Visit your most often browsed websites, smartphone applications, and electronics. Write them all down, or the ones with the most important information about you. Next, we need to assess where your current data is. This may have begun in the first step as you realize that the places where you access information about you. However, you may have different applications at work and home that you regularly create data. Think text documents, photos, video, and audio and music files. Don't stop there, though. If you volunteer, have a hobby, or work with analog data, vinyl records, microfiche, photo negatives, and more, you may want to consider this part of your digital information. Also, don't leave out places that are temporary holding places for information, perhaps your desktop or work-in-progress folders that may not be on a backup drive or cloud storage accounts. Finally, applications, websites, financial institutions, and more are collecting or collaterally making more and more information about you every day. Review all the digital tools in your life and see whether or not they are creating information about you. If they are, take note of them and note if you can easily export or back up that data. With your new current digital inventory, you now have the knowledge to start purging, organizing, and harnessing the power of your digital data. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of ProdPod. This is Sidney-Smith, and thanks for listening. Here's to your productivity success in 2 minutes or less.